up, and around. This is already a tight armbar. Bring my hips out. A mounted triangle from the side. Just learning how to control that initial set helps a lot. Jason, through. So here I start to get this hip underneath and up high. Okay. From here, that allows me to start to work towards attacking this arm however I want. I usually bring this up and start to attack that like almost a head arm from the other side. Or if he's keeping that hand in, I'll work my way up to that wrist, okay? The goal is get the wrist control. Here, pushing. From here, I look to snatch the wrist however I can. I push up, and I'm gonna push it down to his belly button, because what happens when I start pushing this up, right? I can get this like near side of, or far side Americana, and start setting it up, okay? But I just wanna get there, get to that wrist. I push it that way. What way do you want to push it? Usually down. I let him, I take that force of him pushing it down to his belly button. From there, I'm going to put all my weight on the leg nearest his head. Here, up, and around. Okay? You don't have to be flexible to do this. This is coming from the guy with like garbage knees. What you want is to position your body in the best position, right? I'm here, I push this down, I push this, then down, okay? If I leave my hips straight on, very hard to get my leg moving that way. Open your hips up, putting your weight on that one, up, and then I wanna get the back of my knee pit on his neck, not shoulder, right on the neck, here, okay? And I circle it under. From here, I can get a nice tap, and I don't even like triangle my legs, I just keep my shins in line. Do you want to see this?
No.
No, okay, come on, one more time.
Actually, yeah, I want to see it.
You lost your opportunity, okay? From here, I go up. I start working this arm, I start to try and push it down. If I can get that Americana grip, I'll take it. But usually, I push it down, get to that wrist, pop it down to his belly. Weight on that knee, pop up, around, collapse in. I want to get right in. I will usually grab my shin from here, then I pop down. Knees should both be on the mat. You can get like armbar. I like to choke people out. Play around with it, 3 to 1. Okay, so as I'm here, okay, I do like my cross face on this one. I mean, this is a good opportunity to start getting into my key walk, Americana, whatever. This gives me a little bit of control. Just a cross face here, put my shoulder across his jaw this way, okay? It usually gives me an opening to this arm, okay? If I'm on this side, right? He's got his outs going that way and all that fun stuff. It's not wrong. I just find it's easier if I have that cross face. It also allows me to lift him up, okay? So arm under the head. Cross faces that way, push, and then I push it down. My weight's on this one. Now, there is a point where you might get here and your hips, I like that wheeze, right? My hips are now facing this way. It's pretty hard to finish a triangle, mounted triangle from here, because my knees aren't in the right direction. I'm kind of sitting on his chest rather than sitting through his neck. If I point both my knees in that direction, and then I sit my heel to my butt, a lot easier. If I go on the other side, boom, around. Oh my goodness, I don't do mounted triangles on this one. Here and here. If I put my feet like that, I'm actually limiting my choking power, right? I'm here and I'm lifting his shoulder off the mat. It's me pulling in. I probably get it, but I find it's a lot easier to sit down and through and get that way. I don't even triangle my legs from there. Allows me a little bit more base, a little bit more connection to the mat, right? My connection to the mat allows me to have stability. Does that kind of help? Have your hips facing the same direction as they are inside them, rather than in mount where my hips are now facing that way. So I get a mounted triangle through all of this, up and around. My hips are facing this way, and then I get that a lot easier. play around with it. 3, 2, 1. Here. Oh, and one little detail. I do grab this lat grab right off the bat. Why? Because it allows my shoulder to go across his face rather than kind of here where now he can actually turn and look and do all that stuff. If you want to control someone, you control them by the and you're past the hips, past the and controlling shoulders, control their head here. I make him look that way, bridge into me here. Okay, and all it is bringing my shoulder across his face and pushing him that way. Okay, it just nullifies a lot of this. Get under that arm. Now, as I'm coming through, pop it down however you want, through, up, and in. Now we do have this arm here. If I've tucked it under, it's nice and easy. I don't go around, grab, pull. It's already here, right? This is already a tight armbar, right? I'm just gonna grab my thigh and bridge into it a bit, okay? Usually they start to like tuck this in, whatever it is, right? You have your wrist locks. I guess, oh sorry, I'm like choking you. I forgot.
He was out.
Yeah, he's like out. I'm like armbar. I'm like, why isn't he talking? Like if I'm here and like the triangle's not working, it's usually because he's like pushing this in and he's getting a little bit of space on the one of the carotids. So I'm here. I'm just gonna start to work at these hands. Why? Because it's easy to attach to my body and then extend. But once it's here, now I'm gonna start to sync up that triangle a little bit more. If they're still not tapping, I can make it worse, right? We all know Kessa. I'm gonna put weight and pressure across here, okay? Is that worse? All right, here's fine. This works, I'm gonna probably get it, but I can start to put weight across down this way. I'm gonna put weight hip into chest. And you can even like grab the head. You're just trying to make it a little bit more miserable each time. For them. If you're hurting, you're probably doing something wrong, or you just need more mat time. Okay? But yeah. It's like, coach didn't say that. Sound good? 3, 2, 1. We're playing around. We got all this in, through, up. Magically get under that elbow. Pop this around and down. Okay? What happens if he early stages starts to windmill his legs as I'm coming over that way, right? I go into triangle. It's not, oh, lost, we're still in triangle here. One big thing that I do want to see is if I get like swept that way, I dive this arm under that leg, okay? So that I don't get like, so I maintain control and I can come here and get that. So what we're gonna look at is trying to make that a smooth transition. Sometimes I'm not getting the triangle from that. So it's a lot easier to have mobility in your legs and back, stop the neck when they do actually sweep you. Alright, so here, through, up, I'm gonna go under that arm so I don't crack it, boom, up, around. As I'm coming through, he rolls, I come in and I dive under that leg and I pull my head to that knee as fast as I can. Okay, I go that way. Then, if I need to, I'm gonna pop this one down, keep my knee to my foot, bring my hips out, lock it up. Okay. Try not, one more time. I'll just go into triangle here. Okay, boom. Right, we'll go up, right there, boom, okay? Try not to have my hips underneath him as he's doing this. Very hard to finish a triangle when my hips are close to his. Trying to finish with my hips coming out and away to get that. Okay? So now we're sweeping, and you're gonna end up on like a bottom triangle. Too much, or are you good? You know exactly what we're doing. We're good. 3, 2, 1.